Hola futuros compañeros del Valhalla, bienvenidos un día más a mi canal, al canal de Rudex Norris con Game of Thrones, Juego de Tronos o Canción de Hielo y Fuego, primera parte. Y resulta de que realmente los tíos que debería de reclutar, porque he estado mirando por internet dónde coño son las mazmorras, si son estas son las mazmorras de Aguafuentes. Y debería ser intentar reclutar a este y a este. Y como veis, no consigo poder entrar. ¿Por qué? Adivinadlo. Adivinadlo. Sí, un puto bug. Un puto bug porque le han salido a ellos de los huevos, de sus santos huevazos. Mientras que el otro gilipollas dice, no, si tenemos a más tíos en las mazmorras. Retrasado. Bueno, voy a cortar aquí hasta que llegue a donde debería ir. Que estoy ahora con la picha un lío. A ver por dónde. Para hablar con John y tal. Para irnos ya a la guarida negra. Así que nada. Corto aquí y volvemos enseguida. Hasta ahora. Bueno, pues ya estamos aquí y realmente estoy un poquito hasta los huevos de esto. Así que nada, venga, vamos para allá. Putos bugs de mierda. Pero bueno. Vale. Tengo que... Bueno. Ahí. Le estoy dando... Es gracioso porque le estaba dando arriba todo el rato, ¿sabes? Pero bueno. Aquí hay alguien que quiere hablar conmigo. What? Duncan Page. ¿Qué coño quieres?
Patrick, what are you doing here?
It's forbidden to talk to the prisoners, Moors. You'll have to move off, you and whoever your friend is there.
This man is Sir Alistair Sarwick, a very old friend of mine. I can fully vouch for him.
I see. All the same, that's no
¿Eres
concern
tonto?
of mine.
Ahí te he cortado la lengua.
Patrick was your prisoner. What did he do?
There have been some very grisly murders committed.
You must mean the brothers found with their chests cut open.
Adam Flowers was leading the investigation and has declared that Patrick is the culprit.
La verdad es que no me acuerdo de eso.
Nothing to do with me. You have to trust me, Moors. I barely knew the murdered ones.
From what I understand, the crimes all seem to be wildling rituals. What makes you think
No recuerdo
Patrick
tal
is
cosa ya.
responsible?
Adam says he has evidence. I'm not supposed to say anything more, but everyone here at Castle Black knows that Patrick came to us from beyond the wall.
No tengo nada que ver con esta historia. No.
I'd like to carry out my own investigation with Alistair's help.
Well, I suppose I can give you access to the old stables where one of the murders happened. But you have to promise to me that you won't bugger up what we're doing.
On my honor.
If you're a friend of Moore's, you can't be short of it. Tell the guard on duty I sent you. He'll let you through.
Thank you, Duncan.
Bueno, por lo menos es algo... Pues venga, vamos para allá. Para iniciar tu investigación. Vale. Vamos para allá. Tú payaso largo.
I need to take a look around here. I've got Duncan's permission.
What about him?
He's with me and has permission too. Go and check with Duncan if you don't believe me.
No, I believe you. You can go through.
¿Y por qué Duncan es el jefe aquí? No lo entiendo. A ver. ¿Qué podemos ver por aquí?
Flowers.
Moors, it's been a long time. And you, my lord. How can we help you? Have you come to join our order?
No, I am just here to accompany Moors on his voyage. I am Sir Alistair of House Sarwick.
So, you're from the south. I would have enjoyed talking to you about the delights of the Riverlands. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to spare. I have an investigation to lead.
That's why I've come to see you. It would seem that Patrick has been arrested.
All our leads do point to his guilt, I'm afraid. It's a grisly business. In total, 5 of our brothers have been found with their chests open and their hearts ripped out.
And what evidence do you have to think that Patrick killed them?
These murders are wildling rituals. There's little doubt they've been performed as sacrificial rites. And Patrick was found beyond the wall.
¿Y?
I've long suspected him of being a wildling. What's more, he was close to each of the crime scenes. At Icemark, he was one of the builders whom Halfhand was charged with protecting. As it happens, He was also there in Moldstown at the very moment there was a murder in the tunnels.
He was with me when we were searching the tunnels.
That proves nothing. He must have killed him before
Sí, sí.
that. Walder was with him at Sybil's, but he was in a drunken sleep just before the crime. Patrick must have
Vaya
taken
hombre.
advantage of this to take his leave quietly. And now the stables. Who do you think was found in the area? Him again.
No te jode, en
For
el
me,
castillo
it's
negro
absolutely
siempre estáis
clear.
por ahí, ¿sabes?
Patrick is the killer. It makes sense,
No.
as everything leads us to believe he's a wildling.
Sí, un septón.
Bloody hell. Patrick is no wildling. This damned rumor has to stop sooner or later.
Perhaps he's managed to convince you, Moors. But everyone here agrees with me.
So you're planning on executing one of your brothers based on rumor alone?
Not on that alone, Moors.
What evidence? Is there more?
Searching carefully through his belongings, we found some wildling objects.
Vale. No hay
Trinkets
nadie
made
que
of
pueda
feather
haberse
and
metido en
bone.
sus
They were
pertenencias.
well hidden,
Claro.
but they bear a striking resemblance to the dire things we found where each of the murders happened. It's best you start believing it, Moors.
I have fought alongside Patrick. He's a loyal brother. I'll do my own investigating. Come on,
Yo creo que este le
Do
quiere
as you
inculpar.
wish, Moors. But just remember that I'm the officer in charge, so try not to get in the way of our work.
Sí, sí. Hijo de puta, le quieres meter... Vamos por acá. Para acá. Joder, ¿por dónde se ha ido este tío? Pues has tardado en llegar a los establos, cabrón. Ah, vale, por aquí. Ninguno tendrá los huevos de pegar al perro, ¿no? Si no, se la lío muy parda, Ah, vale. Joder. Puto rastro. Pues no estaba muerto el hijo puta. Joder. Vete a desembarco del rey. Vete a desembarco del rey. Joder, la virgen. Nada que no. Y dale.
I swear to you, he wrung his neck. And his dog tore the other one's throat right out. I've never seen anything like it. That man is the best warrior I've ever set eyes on.
¿Qué han sido estos hijos de puta?
Moors, you're back. And it seems you brought a southern friend. Is that him?
We'll have to talk later, Lothar. We're in the middle of an investigation and have precious little time.
I'll wager it's about the murder of Miles. Am I right? I might have something for you. He was an old friend of mine.
It seems
No te voy a hacer
Miles
caso.
came to these outbuildings before he died. Were you here then, by any chance?
Aye, I saw him leave the building with Patrick just before his tragic
Yeah.
death.
Patrick, you say? Yet he claimed not to know any of the victims.
Let's go back and speak to him.
I swear to you, he wrung his neck.
Joder. De aquí para allá me hacen venir los hijos de puta. Me cago en su madre y en toda su familia. A ver, Patrick. Patrick. A ver qué coño has hecho. No habrás ido a ver... No te irán ahora los penises, ¿verdad? Espero que no. Somos hermanos. Aquí todo de batalla. No se deben mezclar sentimientos.
Duncan, I need to ask your
Que ser
prisoner a
maricón o
few
no me la
questions
suda,
about the
realmente.
murders.
Very well. But be quick. I'll give you a few minutes.
Thank you. Patrick, you know about the rumors going around that you're a wildling, don't you?
You know it's all horseshit as well as I do, Moors.
But Adam seems to have found several wildling objects in your belongings.
Someone's trying to pin it on me. I've no idea where those things
La verdad es que
have come
confío en
from.
él, porque si
If
recordamos
that's
fue
true,
él el que nos
I
salvó.
won't let them execute you. Believe me. But I've just discovered that you were seen with Miles near the outbuildings, right before he died. Earlier, you claimed not to know any of the victims. If you're hiding things from me, don't expect my help.
I
Payaso.
made a promise, Moors. I swore by the
Y por ello te
gods.
van a matar.
You're
Pues nada.
about to be shortened by a head, Patrick.
You would betray the word of a brother? Wasn't it you who taught me that the bond that unites us is as strong as the wall itself?
Your silence does nothing to further my search, Patrick. And a murderer still runs free, killing our brothers one by one.
You no doubt speak truly.
Es que...
I got on quite well with Miles. I saw a lot of him since we returned from our mission at your side. However, he was worried since his fierce argument with Watt. He even intended to leave Castle Black. He was scared he'd be killed.
Miles was going to forswear his vows.
I tried to talk him out of it, Moores, but he made me promise not to give away his secret.
Si está muerto.
Do you know what was behind his argument with Watt?
It was something about a patrol they had both been in, but I wasn't able to find out anything more.
It might serve us well to have a few words with this Watt.
You've had your time, lads.
Joder. Una disputa entre Watt y Miles. La víctima del castillo después. Vale, tengo que subirme por ahí arriba. Really. La madre que los parió. Vamos para allá. Estoy pensando que no ha sido la mejor idea de haberme venido por aquí, Estoy pensándolo, No te creas tú que... Uy. Tengo que hablar aquí con gente. Pasa, peñica guapa. Hola, Walder. ¿Qué pasa? Esto es de las
Good
estatuillas.
day to you, Moores. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch?
I haven't forgotten you, Walder.
Show me.
No, esto...
I have brought you the King of the Heavens, Walder.
The Father. What a fine piece. It is very well preserved. I shan't need to work on it long.
You seem very sure of yourself.
The Father judges us all. He is authority and justice. You don't believe me capable of lying to his face, do you? Never
Podría
fear.
ser.
I will watch over it like the tip of my nose.
Experiencia.
Good day to you, Moores. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch? Show me.
The White Maiden awaits your love and care.
Really? You have rarely brought me so much pleasure as you have today, Moores. Finding these hues will be a delicate matter. Almost as delicate as this beautiful face. I don't
Mira,
know
parece que se
who
está viendo la
sculpted
polla.
these statuettes, but I'm beginning to think that it's not the work of a
No.
man.
Make sure your hands remain steady and focused on the task, Walder.
Está diciendo de que se va a hacer pajas. ¿En serio?
Good day to you, Moores.
I have...
The crow.
Ah, vale.
I'm starting to believe that you'll succeed in your quest, Moores.
¿Por qué?
You know she represents the wisdom of the ancients, don't you?
Ah,
Those who have the experience to guide us through the
ah
trials
vale,
of
entonces
the
tiene...
night.
O sea, está diciendo que nos guía el camino.
In my eyes, she represents the weight of my ancestors.
Qué gracioso porque lo
You'll
encontramos
accomplish
sobre
this
la
quest,
criada
Moores
que mató
Westwood.
Valar.
I feel it
O el
in my
Wells,
old
quien
bones.
sea, quien se cargó la sirvienta. Fue como, vale. A ver tú. Ahora vamos a hablar
Good
con
day
él.
to you, Moores. You wouldn't bind it.
It would seem that something weighs heavily upon you, Walder.
Si
There
estos
is actually
huevazos...
something of which I would speak to you.
No
We must
puede
do
tallar
something
bien
for
con esos
Patrick,
huevos. Se
Moores.
tiene que sentar en
I
sus huevos en
fear
vez de en una butaca.
Explain yourself.
Let's just say that the fellow reminds me of an old story of mine.
A story, eh?
Aye, a story of long ago when I was a child.
En otra
In
vida.
another life, you could say.
Sí, ¿no?
There was this carpenter, Fat Baron, a jolly fellow, as round as a barrel, but with magical fingers, capable of making anything. Well, this man had a bitch, a big black beast, as nice can be. She let the little ones climb on her. They tore tufts of hair from her, and not the slightest yelp of pain. She didn't even push them off.
I'm not sure I follow you, Walder.
I'm getting to it. One day, this gentle bitch goes and kills a little boy, a tiny little wretch who just slipped her some scraps of stew to eat. Shrip, just like that, she tore his throat out.
Let me guess. You believe Patrick could have gone down the same path?
Exactly. You see, the thing is that I'd seen the trouble coming. She'd begun changing weeks before, months even. First, she stopped wagging her tail. Then she'd flee when children came to pester her. Sometimes she'd start growling. Me, when I saw that, I refused to touch her or even to walk anywhere near her. I already knew how to sense trouble back then. The others made fun of me, treated me like a weakling and a piss pants.
Joder, normal. Si le arrancó la puta garganta a otro años después de que eso sucediese, creo que fue bastante previsor.
And Patrick gives you that same feeling?
Sometimes something breaks inside someone, and we see them do things that we'd never have believed possible. When I look at Patrick, when I see his eyes so cold, so empty, I remember that story. It's been a long time since that one.
Hombre, es que no os dejan ir de putas, o sea que...
They had to destroy her after all that.
I understand your concerns, brother. I'll keep an eye on you.
Vale. Hemos oído lo que tenía que decir. Vamos a hablar con este hombre sobre los...
By the old gods, Moors, what have you done?
Amo, no me jodas.
A woman in the Night's Watch. What were you thinking? I had so much faith in you. Ah, Moors, you did well to bring Andar. He's a good man, and certainly did not deserve to be beheaded for his one brief fit of panic. I'm still not sure what to do with the boy from Molestown, but I suppose he's an extra pair of hands. This man you brought back from the Westerlands is one of the best swordsmen I have ever
Está hablando de todos los tíos
He would
que...
even make an excellent master of arms if Endrew Tarth were unable to replace Alistair Thorne in that position. I see you brought back some scum from River Spring. I suppose it's a welcome change from the capital scum. That poor man who lost his family during the plundering of the city seems very frail to me. He'll have to adjust quickly if he wants to survive his training. And the winter. I get the impression that one of the men you've brought back is fleeing from a bandit.
Sí, y el bandido está al lado.
Usually the outlaws themselves are the ones who end up within these walls.
Nos está contando sobre todos. Vale. ¿Y ya? ¿Solo eso? Ah, vale. Sigue dándome experiencia. Vamos. Corin media mano.
May the others take me. Moors, your face. What
Joder,
happened
es
to
el
you?
único que se ha dado cuenta.
It's a long story, Half-Hand. I will tell it another time if you don't mind.
Jodidas.
I'd rather you tell me how things are going here.
You did receive my message, didn't you? After the Gorn tribe fled in a panic, our builder brothers went to Icemark to seal up the door. Another band of wildlings had managed to get to the south of the wall, and to hide themselves where they were working. The wildlings attacked in force. I was there to protect our brothers, but things didn't go well. It was impossible to catch them. They would come upon a man alone, tear out his heart, and disappear into the forest in a blink of an eye. There was nothing we could do.
You were responsible for the repairs, Quarren. The security of our builder brothers came first. Is the work complete?
Yes. The doors are safely shut. Vale. Well, I wish those wildlings luck trying to open them up again.
That is a good thing. We can ill afford a gaping hole in the wall. What became of the wildlings?
They're still out there. Once our brothers had safely returned to Castle Black, I took my rangers back to Icemark. But the wildlings didn't wait for us to return. We need you, Moors. Help me find them before they can cause any more damage.
What did your trackers say? Do they have any idea where I should start searching?
The wildlings avoid Castle Black like the plague, that's for sure. But they seem to be heading towards Molestown.
That's unfortunate. It's best if the villagers barricade themselves in their tunnels for a while.
Could you go there, Moors? If wildlings even left the slightest trace, I know you would be able to find it. Drive the fear of the butcher into their hearts.
I'll see to it, Half-Hand. If they're in Molestown, I'll find them.
Thank you, my friend. And watch out for yourself. Remember that these wildlings know how to get by unnoticed.
Y me voy a comer varias.
Estoy segurísimo. A trap that was meant for me.
If that's the case, I will make them regret that they didn't look more closely at me. So long, Ranger.
Es gracioso porque no se le ve la cara. Vamos a ir para abajo y nos vamos a salir. A ver si consigo... Ah, vale, era por aquí. Vale, era... Vale, perfecto. Me vienes de... ¿What? ¿Es what?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course, Mose.
Of course.
I'm told you had a heated chat with Miles just before he died.
No me jodas que vais a atacarme.
Pile of steaming dung. I never had any quarrel with Miles. He was one of my best friends here.
Stop lying. You make an ideal suspect for this. So I suggest you start
Atácame, a ver si
talking
tienes huevos.
unless you want to face the consequences.
Very well then. Miles wanted to go see the Lord Commander to tell him what we knew, and I stopped him from going. That's why we fell out.
What did Miles know?
There's a connection between the murders and the patrol we were in a few years ago.
Tell us about it.
Very well. 4 years ago, Miles and I were both part of a mission beyond the wall.
Ajá.
We were on the trail of a band of wildlings.
Mira el tío de al lado.
Remember much more.
Sin blusón ni nada.
Just that it ended in gruesome circumstances. One of our brothers had had his heart torn out by the wildlings. Miles was reminded of this when he heard about these recent murders.
So, all the murders are linked to this old patrol?
Even worse than that. According to Miles, the 5 brothers who'd been killed were members of it.
Y tú también estabas en ella.
We've been picked off like fleas.
So why didn't you mention this earlier?
Because my memory of it is very vague.
Ya,
As
seguro.
for Miles, he was certain the killer had to be one of us. A member of that patrol. He wanted to warn Lord Commander, but I stopped him. We can't go accusing one of our own based on vague memories.
Do you remember who was in the patrol? Who was in charge?
Not really, no. It was all so long ago. The worst thing is not knowing what's behind the next tree.
I can imagine. Thank you for your help, Watt. Alistair, we should go check the patrol records. They might clear all this up.
Yo creo que ha sido
We
este.
must find the one that's doing this, Mars. I really don't want to end up with a hole in my chest.
Ah,
The trail is taking shape.
There's more to do yet. Let's hope we find what we need in the Lord Commander's records. We risk finding further victims if we waste too much time.
vale. Para adentro. Vale, por aquí tenemos que subir y mirar los estos, ¿no? Hola, buenas. Miles, Chuletilla, Watt, Tom y Garlic. Y han muerto 5. O sea, Adam Flower, Miles que es el que está muerto, Chuletilla, Watt con el que acabamos de hablar, Tom y Argilac. Había vuelto antes de lo previsto tras un grave incidente con un grupo de salvajes. 2 miembros de la patrulla fueron capturados mientras dormían. Vale, o sea, Argilac y Adam Flowers se fueron a tomar por culo. Adam pudo regresar unos días después. Vale, volvió Adam. Unos días después de tras escapar. Argilac, por el otro lado, fue asesinado brutalmente durante un ritual salvaje. Encontraron sus cuerpos con el pecho abierto y el corazón arrancado. Vale, o sea que Argilac fue el que murió. Adam Flowers fue el que habrá visto todo, cómo se hacía. ¿Y han muerto 5? O sea, solo quedaría Adam, Miles, Chuletilla, Watt y Tom. Y Watt... Bueno, Miles no, porque ya está muerto. Y Watt es el que está... No sé.
So, Adam Flowers was in charge of this infamous patrol. And of all those who took part, only...
Adam estaba al mando de la misión y fue el único que sobrevivió a todos los que capturaron los salvajes. Registra sus pertenencias de la planta baja a la sala común para saber si averiguas eso. Algo.
Watt is still alive.
We should try and find out more about flowers.
You're right. Let's go search his chest.
Bueno, pero lo vamos a dejar por aquí. En el siguiente capítulo iremos a ver que las pertenencias de este hombre, de Adam Flower, a ver qué es lo que nos tiene que ocultar. Espero que hayáis disfrutado muchísimo de este capítulo. En el siguiente capítulo haremos esto. Recordad que son redes gratis, así que aprovechad de ello. Un fuerte abrazo y hasta el siguiente capítulo. ¡Adiós!